to order at 6:30. This is a lawfully called meeting of the Joshua ISD Board of Trustees. A quorum is present and the meeting was duly posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551.
Okay, I think I got a few superstars that are going to come up to the front and help us get this party started. So I need Jensen Sterritt to come to the front. Jensen's parents are Sonny and Patrick Sterritt. Jensen enjoys football and soccer. He enjoys playing video games. He enjoys being with his family and going to the arena and watching his brother ride horses. Miss Watson, Jensen's teacher said Jensen has great integrity. He is a wonderful leader who leads with quiet grace. He is a great friend to all. Our next superstar is Grayson Winter. His parents are Christina and John Winter. Grayson enjoys playing baseball, basketball, and video games. He likes being with his family and watching his sister play softball and volleyball. Miss Watson, Grayson's teacher, said Grayson has such a kind heart. He is a great leader, has a heart of gold, and wants to help anyone in any way he can. Would everybody please stand as they lead us in our pledges?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Joshua ISD will be a highly acclaimed model of educational excellence.
Let's give him a round. We got something for you. Okay, we'll roll right into our superintendent reports. During our board workshop, we reviewed our enrollment report, our attendance report, our ADA report, our child nutrition report, our property tax collection, our monthly financial reports, our monthly and year-to-date status of special revenue funds, our check registrar, our police department report, our calendar of events, our Region 11 executive summary report, and now we're going to have a campus presentation about Plum Creek Elementary. Ms. Green.
Hi guys. I think everybody in this room for the most part knows I'm Shelley Green. I'm the principal at Plum Creek Elementary, and today we are going to be featuring our art class. So I would like to ask Ms. Fisher, our art teacher, and our art students who have been working on a very special project to come on up. Would you guys like to tell them your names?
My name's Wade. Georgia. Annie. Lila. Ellie.
And Ms. Fisher is our amazing art teacher. Our art club does a lot for our school. So the kiddos get to every 9 weeks they go and they have classes after school and that their parents pay for. It's worked through our PTSO, and Ms. Fisher is the bomb of all bombs. She is the best art teacher in the entire world, so we're very blessed to help her, or to have her. But she helps our campus as well because she provides a lot of things. Can one of you guys tell us something that the art club provides for our school?
Art classes for everyone.
Yes, ma'am? Makes our school is so beautiful, and it's all because of y'all. What else? Very good. We get supplies and things like that, and it's all through these kiddos who are learning amazing art projects, but at the same time helping our school as well. So we've got a quick presentation, and as I go through this, I'm going to pause and ask you guys some questions, okay? So this is our highlight from So this is our presentation, and what our art club does is it does hands-on creativity and action. So our kiddos, not only are they learning amazing art things, but Ms. Fisher is so good at cross-curricular. Last year they made Christmas cards, and when you open them up, there were circuits on the inside, so they lit up. So she incorporates a lot of the curriculum that we are learning in our school into all of their art projects. So some of the things that we are learning at this project that they're doing is form and structure. They're building clay sculptures. They are making a totem pole for the front of our school, but it's not just a totem pole. So one of you want to tell us what the totem pole is, or who the totem pole is for?
It's for feeding bees in the hot summer for water and food.
And what else? Heard that as well. So what's special about the inside, Ellie, about the inside of some of the things that you guys are doing for the birds for these?
We have a little boxing thing. It's a bird. The bird with the feet comes down and it's a little down in the water.
Pretty cool. So this is just some of the things that they're doing during the project that they're working on right now. They started with just a hunk of clay, obviously, and they're using tools and techniques to build this foundation. It's hard to see in this picture, but if you look right here, this is the artist drawing of the bird that they're sculpting to go on our bird feeder, and that's where the whole thing is generated from. It's just pencil drawings made into physical objects. So this is, which one of you guys do the pig? She's not here, okay. Our pig maker is not here, so there's going to be a pig on it. Oh, it is Izzy. Oh, Izzy said she didn't want to talk. Sorry, Izzy. So Izzy is our pig maker. And then you can just see some of the designs that they're doing. Ms. Fisher is holding some up, and I don't know if y'all can see the intricacy of these. These outside pieces, what were they made by? Yes. They picked up these shaped noodles from Aldi and used them to make the designs inside of their leaves. Just super great. I couldn't do any of this, so kudos to y'all. And so they just really celebrate art and learning and incorporating, like I said, other subjects into what they're doing. And we're very blessed to have them. So one of you guys, we were talking earlier about the kiln. Yes. Tell us about the kiln.
So the kiln,
Yes, speak real loud for those people.
it's for burning the clay to make it harder and turn it into stone. And it can reach up like 2,000 degrees. If you have too much water, it will vibrate so much it will explode and become a chain reaction.
Absolutely. Lila, can you tell us if you add too much water to the clay, what happens?
So if you add too much water to the clay, it'll start to vibrate a lot. Then a little piece, it'll like shoot off everywhere, and then it'll like destroy each sculpture and the candle and the
Very nice, thank you. I asked the kiddos today, what is their most favorite part about art? And collectively, who did you say was the most? Ms. Fisher. They all said their favorite part of art class is Ms. Fisher. So thank you, Ms. Fisher, for teaching them well. We'll have them back here. Thank you. Hey, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Fisher. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Thank you, Ms. Fisher.
Okay, now, we have another fun part, another chance for us to brag, our recognitions.
Okay, you know, one of the hardest jobs in education is probably being a building principal. And here in Joshua, you know, we have some of the best principals in the state of Texas. And so our schools wouldn't be able to function without their leadership. So we're thankful for what they do for our students and staff on a daily basis here in Joshua ISD. When I call your name, please come to the front. That way we can recognize you guys for Principals Appreciation Month. We'll start first with the high school. So, Ms. Celeste Neal, Mr. Owen, Gary L. Irvin, Mike Clayton, Barry Trevino, and we're missing one because she also serves as our head softball coach, but our principal intern this year is Ms. Ashley Benson. From our 9th grade campus, we've got Miss Melissa Kinnear, Miss Lori Matthews. Laughlin Middle School, we've got Jane Seamster, Emma Rogers, Carl Smoke, and our road grade P is Miss Tanya Treno. New Horizons High School, we've got Tanya Long. Nichols Middle School, Miss Tammy Watts. Miss Tiffany Lee. And Mr. Jeffrey Strayhorn. Cattle Grove Elementary, we got Bobby Arabello. And Miss Patty Jones. Elder Elementary, we got Miss Kim Cassidy. And Miss Denise Narcisse. North Joshua Elementary, we got Miss Kristen Morrison. And Miss Meredith Hampstead. Plum Creek Elementary, we got Miss Shelley Green. And Miss Jennifer Powell. And last but not least, we've got Staples Elementary, Miss Kate Howe. And Miss Amanda Pate.
Very much for letting me come speak tonight. As I was getting ready to give you the legislative update, I just did a quick snapshot of the Joshua School District, and I was pretty much stunned at what I found out about this incredible school district. Can you hear me? I'm good? Okay. First of all, you are the only school district that got 4 A's by TEA, the ratings, which is pretty amazing. In the entire state of Texas. Your robotics team, 3 awards, and one of them went on to finals just last week, I understand. The band, Impulse Color Guard, Springtown Champion recently. The Bond Oversight Committee as far as transparency and accountability to your citizens is first in the district. I cannot even tell you how important that is. And, in the House and the representative, it is really, really quite an achievement for your citizens and for your school district to establish that committee. 86th percentile in state accountability and number 2 in Johnson County, your academic rating. Your ISD, you have set higher standards than the state minimum, which isn't done anywhere else in our district. So congratulations on just an incredible snapshot of your school district. So now I'm just going to give you a brief legislative update about what we did in the 88th legislature. As your representative, I thought you might be interested not only in the education bills, we did a lot of those, but also in just some of the general. We had what went well bills, we had mixed result bills, we had what went bad bills, and then we had what we should have passed bills. So I will briefly start with what went well. Our border security bill, we now have a united force on our border. We did not have that under Biden. We now have the federal government, the state government, Border Patrol, DPS, National Guard, all share intelligence, all work together. It's going to be for the most secure border in the United States. The next bill, I think, is the best bill we passed. It was the Foreign Nation Hostile Bill. I call it our China bill. It is the strongest law in the country, any other state, as far as preventing the 4 terrorist nations from leasing, buying, or developing or investing in any land in the state of Texas. Our grid security, we passed 2 bills to protect our critical infrastructure and to be alert for cyber attacks. We passed the 10 Commandment bill. That was a 6-hour debate on the floor. We passed 2 bills on election integrity. Now, if anyone that works or is a candidate or involved in a local election of any kind can actually go right to the Secretary of State with any complaint or irregularity. We actually now have opened up the homeschoolers to where they will not be burdened with any government overreach while educating their kids at home. We passed the Privacy Act where transgender men cannot go in a women's bathroom or any area that is designated women only. We passed SB 6, one of my favorites, establishing discipline back in the classroom. The teacher now can remove an unruly student, and the teacher has to say when that unruly student comes back into the classroom. The bad bills that passed. $300 million for the Hollywood film industry subsidy. I voted against it. I did not see why we would use your tax dollars to subsidize an industry coming from California, already thriving, to film in Texas. Student loan giveaways. We are paying off student loans with your tax dollars. Attempt to advance the LGBTQ curriculum and agenda. There's a very, very strong force in the House that they're unified and they're constantly pushing this agenda. So we passed the House, it was killed in the Senate, and the budget grew by 6%. Voted against that. What we should have passed, proof of citizenship to vote. I just don't understand how that didn't pass. Ban on taxpayer funding lobbying, that is going to be number 1, along with eliminate property tax in the next session. Ban on drag queen story time, passed the Senate, killed in the House. Library pornography ban, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick killed that. And the repeal of the STAR test, which I think all of you are probably very interested in that because we didn't get that done until our special session 2. And I was on the public education committee, so we heard over 100 hours from teachers, educators, superintendents, students, parents, random citizens, that the STAR test has become too cumbersome, too stressful for the students. So we replaced it with 3 shorter tests which were designed to mentor and assess the student throughout the year. In the fall, starting point, and then in the winter, it's designed for the student and teacher to meet together to see where was the progress in math, in English, and then address the spring teaching to where the final test then will pretty much show the advancement rather than the 1-star test. To close, I have the education reform bills. We approved the largest budget for public education in the state of Texas ever. And the reason we did that is because during the hearings, we kept hearing about our teachers. And I know there's so many principals here, you'll be interested to hear this. We decided rather than to allot a sum to basic allotment, and it will go to whatever you determine, we decided to put it in buckets for the teachers. So $8.1 billion, 4.2 of it, half of it goes to teacher recognition, raises, and support, and retention. Every eligible teacher in Texas got a raise. Not only teachers, cafeteria, bus drivers. We drew the line at administration, and unfortunately, the principals slipped through the cracks. Did y'all know that? Okay. That will be addressed in the next session. Well, we just heard so much about admin and teachers and classroom and admin that we drew the line. We'll take care of it in the next session. You guys really deserve a raise. We targeted support to retain teachers. We are paying the long-term teachers more of a raise, of course, than the beginning teachers. We allocated $3,000 to your high-performing teachers to mentor your new teachers or teachers that wanted to learn another subject. Rural teachers increased the biggest pay raises because we saw so much movement in retention between rural schools in Texas going to the urban schools just for low pay. So we wanted to equalize that. Permanent pay raise. These aren't bonuses. These are permanent pay raises. 3 years plus experience. Performance-based raises. This is a merit raise for your top performing teachers. And what's so cool about this bill is you guys can determine your judging. We can determine how you are going to go ahead and allocate those. We didn't want the state to dictate that. Fully funds pre-K. Here's the shocking thing I learned during the whole pub ed committee. If a student cannot read by 3rd grade, 8 years old or so, their adult success drops by 50%. We heard it over and over, study after study, got to catch the kids by the end of 3rd grade. So we allocated in the budget an increase for a literacy and a numeracy specialist that you can hire to bring in for those kids. $677 million for early learning and $153 million for CTE. Creates new math training for K through 8 teachers. $430 million for school safety. I know that was an unfunded mandate in the last session, so we're helping you out with that. $200 million for charter schools and $850 million to overhaul special education because, as you know, your numbers in special ed are increasing every year. So with that, I know you can't answer me any questions, but I really would like for you to reach out if you have any, or if you have any more suggestions. The Education savings account enrollment will begin this February. We'll be getting ready in January, funds are allocated. So if you need any help in any way with that, please call my office. And that will begin the next school year for the ESAs. And with that, that's my update. And I do have, actually what started today was voting on the 17 amendments. So I brought the 17 amendments for you to look at in case you want to early vote. And this is pretty much a recap of what I just told you. You can study with some missing. Just one?
Got 2 minutes.
There's 2. Okay, and my amendments didn't make it. Well, I'll bring amendments next time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thanks for reaching out. Okay, it is time to move on to our subject. And first up, we have our consent agenda items.
Okay, so we'll be approving our minutes from our previous meeting, September 15th, 2025. We do not have any budget amendments or accounts payable, but we do have 2 purchases over $50,000. Those purchases are in relation to our school bond, Prop A, which is for Nichols Middle School as they continue to progress throughout their construction process. This is Chromebooks for technology for Prop A. And then Prop D, which will be turnkey HVAC replacements of Plum Creek Elementary. And so Prop A is for $122,000 and Prop D for HVAC is $1.5 million. So my recommendation would be approve consent agenda items as discussed.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Subject A as amended.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion made by Mr. Cody Lee and a second by Mr. Hunter Byrd. Any discussion? All in favor? 6-0. Oh, right, sorry. 5-0. Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we move on to B. And that is, subject B, consider bilingual exception waiver.
Okay, so all school systems, including school district open enrollment charter schools and districts of innovation are required to identify and serve emergent bilingual students through bilingual education, which includes bilingual and ESL programs per Texas Administrative Code 19. That administrative code states that a school system that does not have appropriate certified teachers for the required bilingual or ESL program must apply to TEA, Texas Education Agency, for a bilingual exception or ESL waiver. The approval of bilingual exception and ESL waiver shall be valid only during the school year for which it's granted. TA waiver filed with TA, the waiver filed with TA explains how our teachers under the bilingual exception, ESL waiver, will temporarily serve EB students with alternative methods to meet their effective and linguistic and cognitive needs and align as closely as possible to the required bilingual and ESL program. So my recommendation would be to approve the bilingual exception waiver required by TA.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a recommendation, we approve the bilingual exception waiver.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a first by Mr. Kevin Lee and a second by Mr. Cody Lee. Any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. Going to move on now to C. which is to consider request for personal services contract.
Okay, so Texas House Bill 3372, effective September 1st, restricts school district public school administrators receiving any financial benefit for the performance of personal services. And they have to meet the three scenarios listed. One is any business entity that conducts or solicits business with a district that employs the administrator. Two, an education business that provides service regarding curriculum or administration of the school district. Three, another school district, open enrollment charter school or regional educational service center. The law provides a narrow exception to those scenarios that we just listed, scenarios 2 and 3, other than a superintendent, assistant superintendent, or a member of board of managers to engage in such services. To engage in such services only if there's a written contract outlining the services that is submitted, the Board of Trustees vote to approve the contract, and the board determines the contract will not harm the district, the arrangement does not present a conflict of interest, or the services to be performed by the administrator will be performed entirely on the administrator's personal time. So we have an attachment for a professional service agreement with the Texas Association of School Business Officials. TASBO is an education business that provides services regarding the business administration of school districts, which meets scenario 2 as listed above, and the request for our CFO to provide services listed under the exhibits that are listed underneath your page here. So my recommendation would be to approve the TASBO professional service agreement.
Okay, so do I have a motion?
Motion we approve as recommended.
Motion by Mr. Cisneros, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hunter Byrd. Any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. Okay. Principal. Brandon. Short and sweet meeting here, just to honor you. Okay, may I get a motion? May I get a motion?
Make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Cody Lee and a second by Mr. Kevin Lee. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned at 7:00.